How's it going, guys? It's hot. Having a games room in the attic was a bad idea. It's like a furnace in here. My stuff's melting. No, not really. So these are all Dreamcast games. Most of them are from CEX. Some of them are mint. So I ordered some off the internet, which are mint. See what would turn up. Some are from a CEX in Nottingham, which I went to. They're mint as well. And there's some from Facebook offer GGG. So yeah, so the first two games. Now I bought these, had some credit from the car boot. I believe these are mint. So the first one, it's normally £30, but the mint version's 35. So I thought I'll see what actually they think mint is. So the first game is Spawn in the Demon's Hand, and to be fair, it is pretty mint. To be fair, I can't really see anything wrong with it. Manual's unfingered. The only thing I noticed was, if you just see here, there's that little crack there. I don't know if that was done in the post or whether it was just they didn't see it when they were taking it in. But I'll give them that one, because it is, to be fair, it is mint. So £35, not bad. To be fair, it can go for more than that on eBay. So, and I didn't pay 35 quid for it. I paid for it in credit. And then the other one I ordered at the same time. Now I think this one's 28 for a normal version, or 30 for a mint version. So I thought for £2, I'm just gonna go for the mint one to see if it actually is mint. So it is. I can't even pronounce this. Bangai O, is it? And to be fair, it's not a bad price for 30 quid. It does sort of hover around that price on eBay, and it came in this little baggie as well. I think that one came with actually wrapped in bubble wrap, which is nice. This one didn't. But yeah, again, this one is, I'd say, mint. The manual is slightly wrinkled, but I think you always get that with Dreamcast games, to be fair. Not wrinkled, you can just see some. And yeah, I don't think there's any scratches on the disc. So yeah, £2 more. I thought I'll give it a shot. So yeah, so they were both mint from CEX. And to be fair, they are nearly mint, so no problems with them ones. And the next few, now I travelled up to, I was looking on their website, as I always do, and I saw they had, I always check what store they are at, because if they're at one nearby, I'd rather just travel to it, and it saves me getting damaged in the post. And I sort of cross-checked to see, is it worth it for a mint one or not. And most of them, yeah. So the first one, I believe, again, this is 28 for a normal version, or 30 for a mint version. So I thought, again, for the £2, I can see it in person as well. And it's Zombies Revenge. And as you can see, yep, £30. Again, I think I ain't checked this for a while. Yeah, there's no scratches on that one. And yeah, the manual's unfingered. So yeah, for £30, I'm gonna just pay the extra £2 quid. So actually seeing it in person as well. And the next one, this was £32, and again, I think this one's 28 for a non-mint version. So obviously I had a look at it and I was like, to be fair, it's worth the extra £4 quid just to get a non-broken case, etc. And it's a Dynamite Cop. And again, I think this one did actually have, there is actually a few scratches on that disc. And again, the manual unfingered. I think that case was actually, I'm not sure, one of them was actually, the case was actually cracked. And I was like, I'll take it as long as you give me a non-broken case, because then it's, and he was like, oh yeah, I'll swap it with a non-mint version of a game we've got. And I was like, whoa. You mean you're going to swap it with another mint version? Well, I don't want like an old crappy old case from a non-mint version game. So swap that over. And the next one, I did drop a shitter on this one. I didn't actually check it before I went in the store. And this was 40 quid. And that's just credit, so it's not really 40 quid, to be fair. And it's Power Stones 2. And 40 is pretty pricey for this one, to be fair. There is some on eBay which have sold for that, but there's some on there which are sold for like 20 quid. And a non-mint version is 20 quid in CEX, so it's £20 more for a mint one. And to be fair, it is absolutely mint inside. So, yeah, I could have took it back, I suppose. But I was just like, the vouchers didn't really cost me anything. So, and the last game I got from there, this is not mint. But I needed it. And I think this one was 6 quid, this one. He did have a mint version, funnily enough. And he's like, they've just sold that on the internet. So I was like, alright. So I look at this one. And to be fair, it's not... It's pretty minty, to be fair. The only thing I can see wrong with it is the front cover slightly. But anyway, it's a Legacy MK Soul Reaver. And yeah, it's all there. I mean, the only thing I can notice, which is actually damaged on it, is the actual inlay there. There's like a slight, you probably can't see it, but there's like a slight pinch, like someone has pinched it to remove the front cover briefly, but it's no worse than some of them. So, but yeah, for 6 quid I thought I'll pick that up. And that was all credit, so it was all credit. I took a shit ton of stuff in from the car boot. So in hindsight, I probably should have took the Power Stones 2 back, but I was just like, I can't be fucking bothered, so I didn't bother. And to be fair, if you are nearby Beeston, which is in, I think it's Beeston, yeah, Beestone, is it? It's in Nottingham. They've got a shit ton of retro stuff. There's also a Crack Converters down the road, which had a shit ton of retro stuff in the window as well. Their prices were all over the place though. Well, I suppose you could say that about CEX as well. But yeah, he gave me his little card. And he said if I was interested in anything which I saw on the website and they had it, to just send them a message on CEX and they'll upload some photographs, which is pretty cool. I did speak, it was the manager who served me, and he was pretty good, to be fair. It was all really well presented as well in there. It was all nicely thingy. And I did ask on some other bits, and I always feel a bit awkward asking, because I'm constantly like, nah, I don't want that, and then I keep sending them back to get different stuff. But yeah, really nice staff. The staff know what they're on about as well, which is a nice thing. So yeah, it was a welcome change to go into a CEX and actually speak to someone who actually knew about retro. I know there is some stores where they are pretty clued up, but like my local one, they ain't got a fucking clue. In fact, I went in there today and they had no retro stuff in there, which is weird because the last time I went in, they had a shit ton of retro stuff in there, all in the cabinets as usual. And there's no way they would have sold it. So maybe they're only doing online for the retro stuff. I don't really understand, because they filled the cabinets with, you know, your generic Xbox One consoles or online. I'm just like, well, surely just stack them around back and have the retro stuff in the cabinet. So I was a bit confused. I didn't actually ask them because there was a shit long queue. There's always a fucking queue in there. Right, so this next game is from CEX again. My partner went to a baby show in Birmingham, and I was like, oh, while you're there, you can, if you're nipping into the town, can you get this game for me from CEX? So I said, I'll make sure it's in good condition. So she rang me, said, oh yeah, pick that game up for you. And I think this is £18. Now I told her to use, I sent her the picture of my voucher, just said use that. She didn't, she paid cash. She says, oh, I'll treat you. So it's not really worth 18 quid. Yeah, it probably is. I think it's £2 more for a mint one. So again, but anyway, it's a Kiss Psycho Circus. And straight away, yeah, it's not mint. The case is broke on the front. The disc is fine. And the manual, again, I don't think anyone's ever touched it. and to be honest, again, if that wasn't broke, it's pretty much mint. To be fair, there's nothing. There's a few odd tiny scratches on the disc. Nothing. No different from them ones. Yeah, £18 for that. Such a weird game as well. I believe it's like a first-person shooter. Well, I don't know if there's like any Kiss music in it or anything, but yeah, I'm gonna give that one a try because it looks pretty interesting. And these last 3 games. So sometimes when I'm on Facebook, I don't really go on Facebook that much because people are just constantly posting random shit on there. So I have a quick look on GGG. There's a chap selling. He's always selling stuff, and he's always buying CEX vouchers for some. Yeah, so maybe he's buying the stuff from CEX, then flipping it on Facebook. Maybe, I don't know. But obviously, he has some Dreamcast games. So I said to him, how much are these 3? I think I actually initially said how much are these 5. And it came back and it was like, well, just give me individual prices, and then he gave me a bundle if I wanted all of them. So there was 2 in there, and I was just like, yeah, they can get them on CEX for like 4 or 5 quid, and I think he wanted like 7, 8 quid for them. So I was like, nah. So take them 2 out. How much for the other 3? So he sent me a price. I sort of ummed and ahed. I was like, is it worth it? And to be fair, I think I got a pretty good deal. So the first one is Spider-Man. And I can't remember the exact prices it was. I think this was about £17, this one. Or it's actually more like £15, I think, once he deducted some off. But yeah, really well packed, to be fair. He'd put them in like, it was like 15 Jiffy bags, all from CEX, he looked like. But yeah, and he'd also put like little things in there to protect it. But yeah, it's really good condition, to be fair. Not quite mint, there's a couple of cracks in the cases, but I think the disc's fine as well. So that was about £15 for that one. It's 20 on CEX, just for your normal boxed version. So, and the next one, now this one is absolutely mint, and it's Giga Wing. I think this one was 20 for this one, which is a great price. Or was it 25? Could have been 25, but for the condition wise, it's brilliant. Again, it's got little ball wrappings in there, which is nice. And manual, which is, again, I don't think anyone's ever touched that. So yeah, I think that was 25 for that one. And again, I think that's cheaper than CEX, so happy with that one. And the last one, I've already got this game. I forgot I'd bought this like a month prior, so now I've ended up with another copy. Not a problem, because I can just sell it. I'll take the Dreamcast down, I'll get money back for it. Maybe a couple of quid more, just because again, it's in great condition. I think I compared with mine, and this one was slightly better, so this is my copy. But yeah, and it's a Carrier, and I think this one cost me 30. But if you go on CEX, this is 38 quid for a boxed version, and I think it's 45 for a mint. So it was definitely, I can definitely get my money back for it. No problems there. The case is slightly broke actually. Yeah, so it's surprising how expensive that one actually is, to be fair. I think it's like a survival horror game. And if anything like Resident Evil, that'd be pretty cool to try. But yeah, so I think that was about, was it £69 or something for all of them? It rounded off to something weird. It wasn't like a round sum. But yeah, I was pretty happy with that. And again, they were really well packed. It's the first time I've ever bought anything off that Facebook group. And I was a bit uneasy about it, because he was like, sent it to me gifted. So obviously if anything goes wrong, I'm not sure if you can actually get your money back. There's no like protection like you normally get from like an eBay purchase or anything. I suppose you could just send it with the fees for the couple of quid more, and then have that peace of mind. But I had a quick check, and he seems to be a well-known member, so I won't mention his name because I'm not sure if he'd want me to. Not that he'd watch this or anything, but yeah. So yeah, there's 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more Dreamcast games right there. Some mint, some not mint. The whole CX thing is... The whole mint thing, I think they really need to... The wording, I mean, mint. Mint to me is like nearly new. Maybe the slightest fault with something. But to them it just seems to be whoever takes it in. What is their definition of the word mint? Because I did watch a video yesterday actually. It was what was his name on YouTube? Is it Champion 2D Rob? He showed some mint games he'd got from CX. Now buying, I think it was some Game Boy games. I mean, buying cardboard box games from CX Mint is a bad idea if you're buying them through the post, because they don't put them in boxes. They just put them in a padded bag with some bubble wrap round sometimes, if you're lucky, which again is not going to stop crushing damage. And I think the first one he got was fine. The second one was not mint though. It wouldn't even have mattered if it got crushed in the post because it was just completely destroyed. But yeah, I think they really need to, I don't know, train their staff to make it, or change the word mint to something slightly different. So it's sort of, because mint, again, like I say, mint to me is no faults with it. Maybe the slightest tiny fault with it. But to them it just seems to be whoever took it in, that's what their definition of mint is. So, but again, I don't think CX is going to change how they do things, so I guess we're all going to be stuck with the word mint. But yeah, it's a CX lottery really, with what you're going to get. So yeah, so then 10 more games there. So let me know, would you buy a mint game from CX, or have you bought a mint game from CX? Is it worth it? Like I say, some games are like ridiculously, say Power Sims 2, that's double the price from mint 1. And I should have took that back. But yeah, so let me know, would you buy a mint game from CX? And I'll see you next video, guys.